What is your connection to all this spiritually, and how do you put this out in your work?
It's really a fascinating journey. It's all vibrational patterns that you can't see necessarily unless you're looking for it.
How did your journey in the art world begin?
I've always been tuned into creative things like little craft projects and stuff, like growing up, and I grew up in upstate New York in the countryside. So
What do you got in that jar?
in this jar, we have
Hello.
Well, hello. How are you?
How you guys doing today?
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Just peachy.
How are you doing, Anika?
I'm fantastic. How was your ride over?
You got a lot on your chest you got to get off today, I understand.
Totally.
The ride over was great. I'm so grateful for the economic stimulus that our city is receiving via F1.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you got to change your energy of how you're putting it out
I
there.
like that.
Anyways, we got another episode of Graffiti Park Radio. We got our hosts Dan and Dan. And
Heyo.
Miss Anika Jones.
That's me.
And today we are joined by none other than Miss Caitlyn Seville.
hello.
Hello, hello. I have a brief little bio. I'm going to tell our listeners
Okay.
who you are. You can scold me afterwards if it's wrong. Caitlyn Seville is a source-taught, intuitive artist whose work explores the beauty, wisdom, and interconnectedness of the spiritual realm. Through sacred geometry, large-scale murals, and hand-painted tapestries adorned with crystals and symbolic metals, she creates immersive visual storytelling experience that evoke wonder, harmony, and curiosity. Her mission is to inspire deeper connection, healing, and purpose by bringing transformative art into public spaces and personal environments. She is also an inaugural member of our Graffiti Park Foundation board. Happy to have you today.
Yay, good job. Nailed it.
It was great, right?
It's good. I didn't get my articulation warm-up that I usually get, but it gives Anika even more,
Thank you.
juice.
Jeebies.
But yeah, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Your first time on a podcast.
First time on a podcast.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. How are you feeling about that?
I feel great.
Good.
Yeah, I feel like I've been preparing for this for a few years.
Your whole life.
Many people have been like, you need to be on podcasts. I need to hear a podcast with you. I listen to you talk forever. I'm like, and then here I am.
And here
Here
you
we
are. Yeah.
Well,
Started something
Let's get
crazy.
talking.
Well, awesome. So I guess I know I just read a little bio, but our whole point with this, I think we go a bunch of different directions. Sometimes we're like origin story to today. Sometimes we go off in rabbit holes. But I guess when did you start creating? How did your journey in the art world begin?
I've always been tuned into creative things like little craft projects and stuff, like growing up, and I grew up in upstate New York in the countryside. So it was like playing out in the forest and building forts and stuff like that. And I was always repainting my room and redecorating, and my mom always was happy to support that. And then after I moved to Las Vegas in 2005, I felt like an itch to start painting. And I remember watching an old show called Color Splash, and it was an interior design show. And the host of the show, the designer, he also painted like an abstract painting for each of the guests,
cool.
For each show. And that was like my favorite part. And I was watching like a whole marathon one day, and I shut the TV off after like probably 5 or 6 like episodes. Yeah.
Proper binge.
Proper
Exactly.
binge. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just watching somebody else like live out their dream and like do the thing. And I feel like for some reason I can paint. And so I called and canceled cable right then and there. I've never had it since.
wow.
Love it.
And that was like back in, I don't know, 2006 or something, 7. I don't know.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. And I, instead of spending all my time watching other people do stuff, fun stuff, I spent all my time painting. So I never went to school to learn how to paint or anything, and that's why I say I'm source taught.
Right.
It's like, it's not even self-taught. I'm like deeply connected with something that is helping me.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. You said, I'm noticing some keywords here. You said tuned in, connected, and you're, of course, the sacred geometry. What is your connection to all this spiritually, and how do you put this out in your work?
Man, it's so, how long do we have?
As long as you need.
Yeah, no, it's really a fascinating journey. It's working with sacred geometry is like, it's all vibrational patterns, you know, and it's like the stuff behind the scenes, if you will. It's like the blueprint, you know, that you can't see, say, with your naked eye necessarily, unless you're looking for it. And you can see it in plant growth, you know, and different patterns in nature and things. And it's the way that we form when we're being created, you know, as babies. The way that the cells divide is all through sacred geometry patterns. And you can find these patterns all throughout history on ancient sites everywhere around the world. And I think a lot of it is, so much of it to me is like the lure of like the mystery of it all. Like we have science and things that like prove stuff, you know, for the people that need to apply your logical brain to it, go for it. For me, it's more like an inner knowing. It's like I came in with this information, and not to say that I'm special in that regard. I just, I'm tuned into that. I choose to be. It interests me. And so I've gone down many rabbit holes and I've realized they're all connected and through these patterns. And I seek pattern not just in things visually, you know, it's like I seek pattern in like habitual things too. Like what are my bad habits that I need to make, and what are the patterns of which these like come from, you know? Yeah. And then also what are the good things, and like try to form more patterns of that. And I don't know, a lot of that stuff just really fascinates me. And it's like really how I choose to live every day through it, I guess.
I love that. I need to channel that myself, actually. When did you get into just kind of that self-intuitive artwork in its own?
I think there's something to be said about actually just sitting with a canvas and paint and a brush, or maybe it's a journal and a pen, or, you know, a guitar and whatever. When you're not actually like trying necessarily to do anything and you're just exploring, I think you get to drop into a state where you have access to information, you know? And so I think originally me just playing with abstract art and playing with paint, you know, way back then when I was just kind of getting used to it, really opened me up to more. Turning off the TV was a big part of that, you know, and then eventually, you know, I got into painting like pop art and stuff like that. And then I went to Burning Man for the first time in 2012, I think it was. And I remember going to an art gallery that was set up there, and it was like all the most amazing visionary artists like Alex Gray and Amanda Sage and, you know, Android Jones and all them. And I got to like look at their paintings up close, and of course, visually they're absolutely stunning and intricate and incredible. But there was like an actual energetic download, I guess I could say. And I remember like I immediately just like burst into tears, just like staring at this painting. I don't even remember what it was. It wasn't about what the painting was. It was the transmission of all of everything that went into it even. And my friends found me and they're like, what's wrong? What happened? And I was like, oh my God, when I get back, you know, to Vegas, I need to like figure out something else to do. Like I like don't invoke this. And like, I feel like that's what I'm here for, and that's not what I'm doing. So I think I need to do something else. Painting isn't it? And they're like, you're insane.
You were sharing your artist awakening.
Yeah, and it's like, because I went from like painting, you know, pop art, which is really fun and cool, and people are like, oh, that's sexy. I want that on my wall. And it's like, that's fun. Yeah. But I just reached this place where like I evolved beyond that, and not to say there's anything wrong with that. It's just I knew I was like, there's more meaning behind everything else, you know? And that's like what I wanted to bring forth. And so then I came back from that, and I was gifted, I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about this on here, like a psychedelic journey.
Okay.
Yeah. I went into that with the intention of coming out of it with the ability to bring forth the codes to like help humans really wake up to how amazing we are and creative we are, and, you know, just go for your dreams and be better ultimately. And And it worked. So 5 days after that, I was just painting and drawing, and then all of a sudden just sacred geometry started pouring out of me. And it was like an experience of just sitting in my chair like I am right now and just watching my hand paint.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
if I
incredible.
would intentionally, consciously be like, oh, it'd be cool if like this was over here, if this was here, I would mess it up.
Oh, I gotcha.
So it was like in the beginning, I feel like I have a teacher
Yeah.
that was like literally showing me the way.
Mhm.
And I was just a student. And now, many years later, I love teaching.
Yeah.
So that's a roundabout.
You might have always been the teacher. I love that. I love
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
very cool.
So you, I feel like are such an enigma, which is so cool. But on top of that, I feel like you can fine tune whatever you decide to focus on, and you get really, really good at it. And
Totally.
so I'm kind of curious, is you mentioned that it started out with just painting and like a canvas, and for those starting their journey into that world, do you have any piece of advice for them, or something that's helped you along the way?
Yeah, I would say I wish I would have just relaxed, just like chill out and know that like your journey is exactly what it needs to be. So I used to like seek out so much, like every up and coming artist or budding artist wants to know, okay, what's the secret for like getting clients and getting commission work and, getting your work out there? How'd you do it? And there's no freaking answer. There's no answer. It's literally a discovery phase, and it's different for everyone. And I think it's just like anything, you never know who you're going to meet and talk to and who they're going to tell or whatever. But, yeah, I wish like back then I would have just like relaxed a bit, but perhaps everything was perfect, and that's why I'm such a perfectionist with things, and why it's so easy. I can go into things with so much detail, because I, for some reason, just have this like desire for it to be like perfect.
Yeah.
Like every dot has to every line has to line up perfectly, and I don't know. I think it's like if you just explore, picks a lane to explore and let yourself do that for a little while, and it doesn't have to be your end all, like pop art, like I said, I started abstract, and that's like so fun, and now I'm actually like so happy to be back in some abstract where I like layer it with the structure of sacred geometry, and that juxtaposition is like lights me up. But as much as I love fine-tuning the geometry and the mandalas and adding like design elements and stuff, it's actually the abstract backgrounds that are like the most liberating for me. So I would say like for artists, like just explore with paint, push paint around, try different brushes. You don't need to know the names of them, like even like dried up brushes that you forgot to wash, like see what kind of textures you can get using a dry brush. Like just have fun and explore. I'm just specifically talking about painting, but yeah, I think just like have fun with it, and then allow yourself to like actually get interested in other things too. I think people get so stuck in like one thing. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to like chill out on the sacred geometry. It's like, it's not everything. It is everything, but
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, it's like I haven't painted a figure in a long time, and I used to paint a lot of like sexy women and stuff when I did a lot of pop art, and so lately I've been like, oh, maybe I should like push myself a little bit and paint something like actual figurative, or, yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of like a game. You go back and forth and things.
Yeah. And how do you find your next project or your next piece of artwork, I guess, is because you have a very intricate styles, and I've seen you do on your Instagram, you've done like thank you cards for people, and then you'll get into murals, and then I remember you were doing these beautiful wooden spindles that were sitting on top of someone's like outside atrium area.
Oh, yeah, those
they were
gorgeous.
like hung wooden
They almost look like
mandalas.
lights almost. Yeah.
Oh, they were lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those were so cool.
Gorgeous.
that was like, I think they're like Moroccan style
Yeah,
ones
right?
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were really awesome. So that was like with an interior designer that I know that reached out to me and was like, hey, let's collaborate on this. So I hand painted those, which
Wow.
took forever. And then she had Moroccan lights installed hanging from them, and these like custom frames, like steel frames. I mean, it's epic. Honestly, I don't even look for gigs and things. I feel like, I don't know, maybe because I'm a projector.
Okay.
If anybody knows about human design, I'm like a literal projector. We can go more into that. But I think like as like a archetype of a projector, it's like the thing is like to wait for the invitation. So for me, it's like to be invited to the thing. You know, I'm not going to ask to be on your podcast.
Yeah.
You know, and like there's something, I don't know, people just come to me. I've never, other than Instagram, that's been my only, and Facebook only because it links with Instagram, and that's like as easy as it gets, you know. But I don't ever like really seek out stuff. You know, there's times where I apply for like city jobs or something like that when they have like art calls and things, and got awarded a big sculpture project we can talk about. But yeah, I don't really look for them. They just come to me. But I think that's part of when you're doing like what you really love, you know, and what's authentic to you. And then those people just kind of find you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You mentioned when you were talking about canceling cable and then just jumping in the deep end. It's a pretty decisive action. Like, this is what I'm going to do. Is that something that's been a pattern throughout, like, I guess your life and your artistic journey is like, okay, that's the next step. I'm going to do that. When you do get that call.
Yeah.
You know?
That applies to like most of my life in all regards. Like when it comes to doing a cleanse, I am hardcore in. All in. There's no cheating ever, you know, and I have zero desire to. When I like commit to something, I'm like super committed to it. So yeah, like the getting rid of cable, I've literally never had it. I don't have Netflix. I don't have any of that stuff. If I watch a YouTube video, it's like usually informative. If I watch a movie, it's like, you know, maybe a couple times a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
It's like something that's going to like feed me, whether it's
Yeah.
a documentary or like a fantasy, like where I'm just like, okay, I'm too in it right now. Everything feels heavy. I need like a little like fantasy. Like I'm very intentional, I guess. Like that's the
On how you consume that sort
yeah,
of media.
yeah, totally. Because I think like, especially when you see something and when you hear something, you can't unknow, you can't unsee it. And I think just like now we're so inundated with constant information, you know, in every regard at our fingertips. Yeah, it's like you got to be mindful of what you're allowing in your software system.
Namaste, my sister.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Speaking
I
of
love it.
allowing things into your system, so you mentioned the word cleanse there. And when we met a few weeks ago, you were like, I'm just coming off a 10-day fast or something like that.
14, yeah.
14.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about art, but there's that whole other layer of like your health coaching journey. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, because I think it really like all goes hand in hand. I think like honestly, wellness and honoring your temple, your vehicle that you navigate this world in, is like the key to whatever it is that you want to be successful at. And like I wouldn't be able to paint, you know, 100-foot murals and stuff and do all these things and put my body through that if my body was falling apart,
Right.
you know. And yeah, so I did a 14-day master cleanse, which is just drinking water with lemon, cayenne peppers. I put cinnamon in it and maple syrup, and then taking like a bunch of different binders and things throughout it. And I add systemic enzymes that help break down biofilms and stuff. And little background is that in, I think it was like 2007 or 8, somewhere around there. I found out I had a breast tumor, and they weren't sure if it was cancerous or not. And I went to this appointment, had the ultrasound, and the doctor told me the news and left the room like it was no big deal because he does it every day, all day. And I got out in my car and I like lost it. And then it was like some angel or something just like shook my shoulders. And I just said out loud, no, this is not the road that I'm going down. And so within like 2 weeks, I enrolled in holistic nutrition school. Wow. Completely transformed my life, got out of a toxic relationship, like started doing yoga every day, started juicing every day. I went vegan for a really long time, which served me very well for a long time. And within 6 months, it was gone.
Wow.
When I went back. And I went back for years. They had me come back and get checked, and it was always gone. And that, catastrophic, traumatizing moment was like a blessing, such a blessing in my life, and it really like helps, things like that really help put in perspective, like how you're spending your time, how you're spending your energy, the people you surround yourself with, and so that's where I got really into like wellness and what it is to actually be well. And nobody knows how good you can feel until you like actually give yourself a shot, and then you feel superhuman. And so it's kind of like I chase that dragon a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good one to chase.
Yeah, it's a good one to chase.
Exactly.
And then I love helping other people get well. So right now I'm putting together like a cleanse PDF for people to have all the information at their fingertips with all my pro tips and tricks and things. And yeah, I do like health coaching for people, and aside from the art, and yeah,
That's
I
fun.
think it's super important.
What do you got in that jar? Right
Okay,
there?
We're going to find out.
In this jar, we have some different herbs, some warming herbs, because it's finally getting cold here, which is really nice, sweater weather. So I have some star anise, some cardamom, some cloves. We have cinnamon, and there's lemon, some maple syrup, and I think that was it. I think that's it. Yeah,
Is it just
and
ready?
ginger.
Is that like your?
You ready to take? You ready
I'll-
to
You
take?
ready
I'll
to try
try
it?
it, yeah.
You guys gotta try it. Brought it for everybody.
Yes.
Continue. I didn't mean to.
Here, we can pass it along.
Yeah, you're up.
It's
course I do.
warm too.
I mean, how much should I take?
Is this like a daily?
However much. It's like an herbal tea. There's no caffeine or anything. It's delicious.
It sounds.
Ooh, it's fantastic.
It's super
I don't
yummy.
say that. I mean, I do. But
Oh,
this
it's
time I'm
warm.
telling the truth.
Yeah, it's warm.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
I like that.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, it's so good for your circulation, and
We're passing
sorts
this
of
jar around to our listeners. Sean, come on.
come
Sean's
on,
like,
everybody's
oh, no.
We're
doing
getting
it.
our videographer. give it a gand.
Yeah.
You don't have to blow on it. It's not that much.
It's other.
So I have a mini apothecary in my house.
Oh.
I don't know if
Ooh.
anybody's been to Herbally Grounded. Shout
I
out.
have.
Shout
I
out
have.
Herbally Grounded.
Yes.
I'm looking at it.
Thanks. They have a wall of like bulk herbs that you can get. I basically have a mini version of that at my house. And so I'm always making different teas and elixirs and, the herbal enemas, and we can talk about all the things.
Ladies and gentlemen, my health coach.
Yeah, this is.
Nice.
Yeah,
to meet
so like I'm hosting on November 29th. I'm actually hosting a painting workshop at my house, and with only 11 people. And I think there's like maybe 5 spots left. And everybody's going to be making their own tapestry.
Oh, cool.
But I'm like, kitchen witchery is my other thing. And so I'm going to be making like super yummy food for everybody and like elixirs and stuff. And it's like all part of it. It's not just like painting. It's like actual, like we're going to break bread together and have a whole day.
See you there.
It's going to be delicious.
I love that. That's so cool.
That stuff does taste great.
I'm there.
So-
Yeah.
I don't know if there's 5 people who've already
No.
signed on, but I will be the 6th.
That would be epic.
Great
I'd
conversation.
love to
today.
have you.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Go ahead.
Go for it.
You were. I don't really have it.
I think
I don't
it's
really have
superhuman
I
in
don't-
that drink.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's ready to.
It's good.
Well, yeah, I'd like to just kind of give a little backstory, I guess, is
Yeah.
something kind of cool we'll tell the viewers or listeners or whatever, is that Caitlyn was one of the first people that I told Graffiti Park the idea to. And it was really cool. She came as a referral, I guess, from a mentor of mine named Patrick Hughes that I had met through one of these mentor programs or something like that, and I was telling Patrick about this idea that I had, and he was like, well, the first person that you need to talk to is Caitlyn. And so we had a conversation. I think this was
June 10th, 2019.
Oh, nice.
At Writer's Block.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's so crazy because you sent me down like a rabbit hole of like, well, you need to go and talk to the Parks and Rec department. And set me up with like 3 meetings from there. And it was so cool, I guess, is that now full circle, I guess, 6 years later, we have you sitting on the board for the Graffiti Park Foundation to talk about teaching art and opening up these pathways for artists to explore their own creativity. So it's really cool. I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being such a crucial part of this journey, and for just kind of keeping just being you.
Yeah, thanks for actually going for it. So awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know, I love any information I have to share that's helpful for anybody for anything. I'm happy to share it. So it's like awesome when you share information, and tips and things, and then people actually like do something with it, and you guys are like still going strong. So it's awesome. Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we've been, and credit to Dan, meticulous with our notes.
I love that.
We also have your October 30th, 2019 meeting at Vesta Coffee in here with
Amazing.
With a bunch of a variety of fun notes that are hilarious. I'm like, yep, talk to that person. And that. So over 6 years ago, which is crazy. So, we have a few minutes left before we wrap up. If people are interested in reaching out or finding where your work is, where can they find you?
They can go to my website, which is CaitlinSeville.com. Or my Instagram is Sonar, looks like Sognar, people say. Sonar, like so gnarly, but just Sonar.
Nice. I love it.
SOGNAR. Feel free to reach out. Any of those avenues. My email and stuff is on there too.
Sweet.
And happy to help things.
And you have a puggle? Right?
I have a puggle named Gia. Yeah. She's the best.
That's
Heck
awesome.
yeah.
She's freaking ridiculous. She's about to be 14, and she is a bossy bee. So I think that she's realized by this age that there actually are no consequences to her actions. And so she's
grandmothered in.
Yeah, she's kind of becoming like a real rascal. She used to listen so good. Well, she's also losing her hearing, so. But she used to like, yeah, exactly. I do think until I go to open like a bag of something, and then she comes running in the room, and it's like, I don't think your nose is that good. So.
Well, awesome. I think we certainly need to have you back on,
Cool.
because I think there's a lot of stones unturned.
Yeah. So
CaitlinSeville.com, Sonar on Instagram. You can find us at graffitipark.org or graffitipark_LV. Shout out to KUNV Studios, Mr. Wes, our guy always making us sound great, and Mr. Sean, our guy always making us look great. But thanks for listening, y'all. Have a wonderful day. Stay out of traffic.
Blessings.